boogers in my nose, and I really didn't, so I figured I'd blow my face. Yeah, it is what it is.
I have towels, bro.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
So how do you see this next fight playing out?
Honestly, I don't know, man. I've been trying to just kind of freestyle a little bit more, you know? I think when I first started fighting, I was a freestyle guy, like the definition of freestyle. Like literally like watch a little bit of tape, come up with a game plan, but then get in there and just have fun and enjoy yourself. And I kind of went away from that a little bit. I started trying to put together too many strategies and overthinking things. But when I'm at my best and I'm just being an athlete and being explosive and being dominating and just going out there and fighting, you know, of course you come up with a small game plan, but at the end of the day, this is a fight. The guys change from fight to fight. Skills change from fight to fight. So you just gotta be well-rounded, and that's why I'm gonna take the approach of being well-rounded and be dominating well-rounded everywhere. So, you know, coming out with a win. That's it. You know, however it comes. I'll get it.
So your opponent has 5 points. He's in first place. Does that sort of change your mindset a bit? You guys both have the same amount of wins, but he got his in a different way than you did.
Nah, he got his by kicking a dude in the nuts, and then they didn't want to overturn it because that's what it is in Chicago, you know. I'm from Chicago. I love my city, but the athletic commission and the people in power sometimes just want to be in power and don't make the proper decisions, you know. He won by a nut shot. That's what it was. You know, he kicked the guy and he couldn't continue fighting, and so there's an asterisk next to those 5 points, but that's not how I focus on. You know, I focus on what we're doing right now. So for me, it's keep it rolling, you know, get these 2 regular season wins, get ready for the playoffs. That's my mindset. So it doesn't matter to me what points he's got, what he doesn't have, what he's going to get. Like, it means nothing to me.
Does the first overall spot mean anything to you, though?
No, because you still have to fight and win. Like, that's MMA, period. At the end of the day, that's any competition. That's anything you do in life. Period. You want a better job, you want that promotion, you still got to go out there and do the work to get it, you know. So thinking about what comes after, it doesn't help you. You ain't got it yet. So you just got to focus on winning, period. So that's my mindset with every single fight. Win every 5 seconds, win 5 seconds, move on to the next 5 seconds. That's how I approach everything. So that's how I continue to move forward, you know.
Are there any challenges that he may present that you see inside the cage that be a challenge for you?
No, I think he's a very athletic guy. He has a high fight IQ, it looks like, but at the end of the day, I think I have a lot more experience. I fought guys that, I believe, at higher levels, you know, better competition, so it's taken me a little bit more to build my fight IQ and get comfortable with different moves and different styles, being able to adapt on the go in the middle of a fight, in the middle of the first 5 minutes, you know. In the first minute, I know how to adapt and change things and read things and come up with new game plans and just be dominating. So I think my experience is going to trump anything he brings to the table, you know. So, you know, I don't really pay attention to too much, you know.
Do you like the quick turnaround for just recently, right back in the cage?
Yeah, I mean, this is a format that I'm kind of used to, being that I fought with Bellator when I first came in. I was in the Bellator lightweight tournament that they had, you know. So we were just fighting every other month, you know. So that's how I approach everything. And I come from a wrestling background, where in football, so I never had off season. I never had time off. Like, that's just the way I approach everything, you know. I went from wrestling, then I had to go work a job, make money to pay for things that I wanted. Then I had to turn around and play football, and that's how my whole life has been, just constantly work. So that's what I believe in, that's what I hold dear to my heart, and that's how I continue to live my life, is no days off, no time off. You just keep moving forward. So this fits my world, you know.
Is there anything with these fights with Chandler and Lenz that you're going to put into your fight against Wally?
No, because when I fought Chandler, I was the same guy. I was just freestyling. I knew certain things that he was really good with, and I just adapted to that. Made sure that I had it in my mind, but at the same time, I was just out there fighting. I was freestyling. I was doing my thing. I was having fun. I was enjoying myself, and that's the approach that I'm going to take every single fight. Like my last fight with Firmino, trying to come back and get a win, you know. So it was more or less just be there for 15 minutes, and just continue to dominate and just fill the fight out, and that's what I do, you know.
When you came in, I saw you noticing some of the guys up here.
Yeah.
What was that about? Just
No, I've never been in this gym, and I wasn't sure. I was like, I thought this is one of the gyms, and I was like, whose gym is this? And then they explained to me. I was like, oh, okay, bet. And I forgot we were in Long Island for a second. But you know, but yeah, no, I was just looking up here, just looking at pictures, you know, just trying to get loose, get into the environment of the gym, and you know, that's just how I adapt to things, get used to the environment, and then go from there. You know?
You got to fight in your hometown last time out. Coming to New York, is it any special meaning for you to fight here?
No.
No.
I mean, a fight is a fight. Even when I was fighting back home, it was a fight. You know, I enjoyed being back home, but my approach was I treated myself as if like I was in some other neighborhood, like I didn't know the place, you know. So it was cool to be there, but I didn't really recognize it or try to recognize it until after the fight. Then I started realizing, oh, I'm back home, I'm comfortable, and go out and eat something, you know, and have a good time. But other than that, I approach it the same way every time. You still got to go fight, so it doesn't matter, you know.
Preparing for this fight, do you find yourself dipping back in your wrestling roots at all?
No, there's no dipping back into my wrestling roots because my wrestling roots are my wrestling roots. It's who I am. It's who I am, period. Like, my mindset is a wrestling mindset. You go in a wrestling room and you grind and you just put the work in. So not just, when people think of wrestling, they think of just a physical like act of wrestling, but there's a mentality, there's a certain character that you have to carry with you. So I carry that type of mindset throughout my everyday life, you know, and that's a hard-nosed, get-it-done attitude, you know. Pick up your lunch pail, go to work, take a quick little lunch break, take a bite of your sandwich, and get back to work. That's how I approach it. So that's just the wrestling mindset and roots is just in me. That's how I live. Cool. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys, man.